Good evening, my name is Jeffrey Lashley. This is week 4, November 16th, 2024, FTH 2023. So I have 2 pistols, so I'm going to make sure they're clear. This one here is clear, the magazine is removed, nothing in the chamber. Double check here. And the second one is also clear, nothing in the chamber, and magazine is removed. So 2 pistols I'm going to show this week, both clear. So I'm going to breeze through this. I just got the message that the system may be down tomorrow. I did not get a notification prior to this, so I'm going to knock it out tonight. Been sick all week, so it is what it's going to be. I'm not going to go too far in depth on a whole lot of things, but bear with me. So this week we're going over compensators. So I have a very crude drawing here of a compensator on the end of my pistol. The way it's designed is whenever you pull the trigger and a round is fired, the gases will travel through the barrel, and then whenever the bullet comes through the end area here, gases then will hit the compensator and push the compensator forward, therefore changing the recoil of the actual pistol. So recoil will normally go back toward the person. This is going to offset it, and the mass driver is fairly heavy, so it's in the name mass. The weight of it moving forward is compensating the recoil going back of the slide. Also, it's keeping it kind of held down a little bit, because whenever you do shoot, your pistol generally comes back and up. The weight of that is kind of holding it down a little bit. One of the things is, as you can tell, it has slots in it and holes, so the gases will hit that and then push it out and forward, therefore causing different recoil instead of coming straight back like that. Now this pistol here, this one here, has a ported barrel, and that's more keeping it, keeping whenever you fire, keeps it down. So it's not necessarily helping the recoil of it as much, and it is actually connected to the barrel where the mass driver is not. This pistol is a Canic TII, and it did come with the compensator, or the deflector, the muzzle deflector on it, so it therefore is slightly different, and it's not going to cause as much rise in your pistol. So that's kind of the explanation of how a compensator works, and I'm going to go into some of the other things about the brand specific compensator operation. So I did put this on my PSA dagger. I have a Glock Gen 5 19, but I didn't realize that the class said Gen 3. I looked at some research. I found out that you could put it on a 5, but I'd already installed it on the dagger, so I left it on there. But it's designed to add weight to the front of the pistol and move that weight forward when the slide is moving back. This will reduce the overall recoil up to 50%. Let me back up. So this information that I got about the 50% is actually from a website, and it was https www.firearmsinsider.tv/gun/gear-review 2020-412 Strike Industries Mass Driver Comp, and it was by Chad Wallace in April of 2020. So he did a review, and he came up with a lot of this information here. But it removes the recoil by up to 50%, and it keeps the barrel more stable to get your sight picture back on target faster. In my opinion, the match driver is economically sound because it costs around $90. That's several websites has that, and it does not require additional replacement parts like threaded barrels or additional replacement parts that are not included in the pack. So, other compensators I found online must be used with threaded barrels, which do not make them available in all 50 states. So that's the compliance issue, and we'll go into that a little farther down. But a lot of states, you're not allowed to have threaded barrels or compensators, or I'm sorry, silencers or suppressors. So number 3, pros and cons analysis. As I listed, the reference recoil is up to 50%. He states that accuracy is normal. The first round is not a very good accuracy, but the following shots are. I don't understand why it wouldn't be. To me, the first shot should be the same as the second and third. I can't wait to actually test this out and see where it's at for myself. The added weight is that it is heavier on the front, but that compensates that movement and also compensates the rise of the pistol when fired. Fit and compatibility. This will fit on only certain pistols, and it has to replace the guide rod. And then for handling, for pistol holsters, it'll fit in open-ended holsters without any problems. It's just adding, I believe it said about an inch and a half to the end of the pistol. So if you have an open-ended holster, it shouldn't be a problem. And it was designed not to snag on any sides because it's the same width as a Glock 19. Granted, this PSA dagger is a little bit thinner, so it might catch. Legal considerations. This one here is all 50 state compliant. Discuss how these factors might affect the average firearm operator. So in firing any pistol, you're going to have to practice with everything. It's a different weight, it's a different recoil, it's everything's going to feel different. So if you're doing match shooting or anything like that, you better get practicing because it's going to be a lot different. Going down through here, the feasibility of the SAR B6. So I wouldn't put it on a B6. Everything I found, it could not be put on a B6 because the B6 has to have a threaded barrel added to it. So this type of compensator is not designed to be attached to the barrel and would not work properly. The barrel would not move as intended, and anyway. So if you added it to the barrel, the barrel's not gonna. It's going to be stationary and wouldn't work right. The barrel's got to move a little bit, and if the compensator's moving it forward, the barrel's not going to maybe not release. It's going to mess up your cycle of operations. If you added it to the guide rod, same thing. You need the proper length guide rod along with the proper length and tension of spring to match the recoil necessary. So again, not going to work using the same equipment, and your cycle of operation is going to be disrupted. And if you added it to the slide, it's not going to work because the slide's got to move back while the compensator's moving forward. So all in all, I would tell the customer that I'm unable to add the mass driver to the SAR B6 because it's not designed to be added to that pistol. Adding it to the pistol in any way would make the pistol unsafe and would disrupt the cycle operation. It would make the pistol useless. The cost involved with adding a different brand would be economically sound, and it would be up to them if they make the decision to order services. So if they wanted to add a different type to their B6, then possibly change out their barrel, it just depends on how much money they want to put into it. Now, bottom line is, a SAR B6 is a pretty cheap pistol. You're not going to be using that for match shooting or competition shooting. If you are, God bless you. If you want to pour a bunch of money into it, great. I wouldn't recommend that. If they're a competition shooter, I would recommend them getting a higher end pistol. You know, and bottom line is then you can add whatever you wanted to it to help you shoot. People that have problems holding on to it, you know, aren't strong enough, or elderly or something like that. Maybe they want to be able to still shoot, but they can't handle the recoil. Sure, it just depends on how far they want to go and how much they want to get involved with it. So I would definitely run them through that and talk to them and let them know all of that. SAR does offer compensators, but you'd have to, like I said, replace the barrel for $140. So the added value just to me is not there, and I would recommend against it. So all in all, I'm at 12 minutes almost right now, and this is what I've got for this week. So look forward to the final week, and so far so good. I'm really enjoying learning these pistols and working on these pistols. So do appreciate it. Thank you.